There's times that you want your RC4 device to operate at 1 voltage, and the item that you're connecting to the device at a different voltage. For example, let's say we want to hook some fairy lights up to your RC4 device. The fairy lights want to operate at just over 3 volts, while your RC4 device has to have a minimum of 5 volts to operate. When we're working with voltage splitting, we want to work with batteries set up in series, very similar to how your flashlight works, where one battery is feeding into the next one. Let's take your standard rechargeable AA battery. When we meter that single cell battery, we come out to be 1.2 volts. Now when we take 2 of these cells and we set them up in series, so one battery is flowing into the next battery, we'll meter in at 2.4 volts. If we add another 2 batteries in series, we're going to come out to be 4.8. And this process would continue on as you add more batteries in series. Let's look back on our example of using fairy lights with an RC4 device. The fairy lights are going to want just over 3 volts, while the RC4 device has to have a minimum of 5 volts to operate. What we're going to do is we're going to take 6 AA cells, we're going to put them into series. We're going to take the positive and the negative from all 6 cells, and we're going to run that to the RC4 device, which will supply the RC4 device with 7.2 volts. We're going to take the negative from dimmer A and run that to your fairy lights. Then we'll take the positive after the 3rd cell of the series and run that to the fairy lights. And just like that, we have our necessary 3.6 volts for the fairy lights, and we have our 7.2 volts for the RC4 unit, which meets the minimum of 5 volts, and we're ready to go. Thanks for joining RC4 Wireless. Make sure you drop a like, ring that bell, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new tutorials coming out and how-to videos.